Hello, world, and welcome to part two of my Twitch bot tutorial series. Today, we are going over the hardest and most important part, which is determining the correct setup for your bot, tokens, and scopes. You can find the official documentation from Twitch online, but don't worry, I'm going to walk you through a complicated example so that if you're building something simple, it'll be a lot easier than this tutorial. First, you need to know what we're trying to build. We have three parts to this project. The first is the database to store data. The second is the app to control what the bot does and staying connected to Twitch. And finally, Twitch that we'll be using as our user interface for this project. As we move to VS Code work, we'll deep dive into this model, but for now, let's just get started with the data you'll need to be able to talk to Twitch. Since we'll be using a server, we'll need an app access token. This will allow us to listen to chat, events, and basic stream data. Because we're building something more complicated, we also need a user access token. This will allow us to post a chat and get advanced events and functionality. Next, let's register the bot. First, you'll need to set up a Twitch account for your bot. Then, logged in as your bot, go to the Twitch Developer Console and register a new app. Go to the Manage button in order to get your new client ID, secret, and redirect URIs. Make sure that you note those down for later steps. Let's move on to getting that app access token. Optionally, but highly recommended, assign the bot as a mod on your channel. This will help with permissions later on. Next, open a bash terminal or the equivalent for your system and preferences. Enter the string listed on the screen, but with the appropriate replacements for the client information you got from registering your bot. The formatting may need to differ, so ask AI for help if you need it. Finally, save and keep secret all the information you receive from this step, and generally all token related data you get from this tutorial. If you are looking to build a bot that simply receives information from Twitch, you can stop here. But for my true travelers of the unknown, we will also need a user access token. There are many ways to do this, but for this app, we will be using the authorization code grant flow. Optionally, create a random 32-character string for added security. Then log into Twitch as your bot and enter the following URL with replacements for the information you got in previous steps. Especially if you're using your local URL, you may get an error, and that's okay. Do not close your browser. If you see an authorization request pop up, go ahead and click Authorize. Next, copy the code that is returned in the URL. Make sure the state matches that random security string you created earlier. Again, open a bash terminal and enter the following string with replacements for the information you received in previous steps. Copy it all down, and a reminder, keep it confidential. You now have all the data you need to talk to Twitch. If you still have questions, make sure to follow me on Twitch at Quiet Gamer Girl, as I will often be working on this spot live. If you want more tutorials like this one, or want me to finish this video series, let me know in the comments below. Good luck, traveler, and if you loved it, like, follow, join, subscribe. Okay, bye!